I had to send my poop off. So that was interesting. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be doing today's video. You guys have been asking me to do today's video for a while. So if you see me on Instagram, you know I've done a bit of I'm on a gut protocol and I've done a bit of a health overhaul. Wow, speak English, Steph. Miss Lily's here. You want to say hello? You want to say hello? Yes. Ryan's actually out with the kids getting groceries. So me and Lily are chilling. Me and Lil Dog. Oh, you're right? Okay. So yeah, today's video is basically what I've changed in the last few months. I've had a lot of people asking me like, what am I eating? What's my exercise routine? And it's so much more than that at the moment. And it's such an empowering process I'm going through. So yeah, basically I want to give you a quick backstory if you're new to my channel, but about 10 years ago now, I in a year put on 25 kilos. I was a binge drinker, I smoked, I ate noodle box for breakfast. It was just a hot mess, and it wasn't the weight that was the problem, it was the chronic health issues I was experiencing at the time. I have asthma, so my asthma was really bad. I had chronic headaches, insomnia, which I still kind of have, which I'll talk about a bit later. My sleep apnea was really bad as well. So there was a lot of issues that wasn't to do with looks, because healthy looks different on everyone. So we could be both eating the same and doing the same movement, and our weights are going to be completely different. Our body composition is going to be completely different. So that's one thing I want to stress to you guys before I even get stuck into this video, is it's about how you're feeling and your actual health. It's not about like what size in jeans you are, or if you got abs or whatever it is. Like that's not what's important, and that's what took me a while to get to understand and really learn, which I'll get into as well. So bit of backstory: 21 years old, loved beer, I smoked, I ate noodle box for breakfast. Yeah, I really, went through the binge drinking culture. And I didn't really realize at the time, but I was using alcohol and food to numb my anxiety and, trauma that I'm dealing with, as like all of us have trauma as children, whether it's on a more intense level or a milder scheme, but everyone has trauma, and a lot of us don't know how to deal with that trauma. Most of us go through this kind of experience in our 30s of really seeing what it is and how we've been coping with it for so many years. So self-soothing is what I call it. But anyway, got home from makeup. Back then I was at makeup school. I was traveling like 4 hours a day. Got home and I told Ryan, I remember I saw a photo of myself. And again, I'll link this full story below because it's a long one, and it's a really good story if you're trying to get into a health and fitness journey and you just don't know where to start, and you're one of those all or nothing like mindset kind of people. Like you either restrict yourself and work out too much, or then you just binge and just fall off the wagon. But just little clue, there's no wagon, and there's no before and after in life. It's just life. Like you have to enjoy your daily routine and habits and the journey, because you will get to your goal weight or dress size and you're still going to be, if you don't work on yourself, you're still going to be miserable and you can't enjoy life. Like I've been there, I've gotten past my goal weight. I did fitness model comps and I was more miserable then than I was before I lost the 25 kilos. Sorry, I go on a lot of tangents with this. I'm just so passionate about it, and I have so much backstory with my health and fitness, because I think most people look at me and think like that's just her genetics, but no, definitely not. Anyways, I've gone on a tangent. So yes, 21 years old, binge drank, all the things. Decided, I got home from makeup school and I told Ryan enough's enough. I was sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. Joined the gym, did a lot of research. My favorite thing back then was buying healthy recipe books and just trying all the recipes. And in 6 months, I lost the 25 kilos. And that wasn't from restriction or anything. That was literally me going to the gym just 3 times a week, because I knew if I went on too much, I would not want to do it anymore. And that's so important to remember, is not having that all or nothing mentality. And also, just if someone's giving you a meal plan or an exercise plan that you can't vision yourself doing forever, then it's not it. It needs to be a lifestyle change. It can't be just a quick fix or a diet, because as soon as you finish that meal plan or that exercise plan, you bet your body's not going to be able to deal with the new change and you're going to go straight back to where you were. So it's so important to change your habits that are long lasting. It has to be all about sustainable, long-lasting habits. I can't stress that enough to you guys. So please don't go slog yourself in the gym 6 days a week if that's not what you want to do, and you can't go from just nothing to training that hard, because your body's going to be like, what the hell? So yes, I went and did that. And then from there, I become a mum, and I really did learn about like really appreciating my body for what it is, and exercising to feel good, not just to look a certain way. Because if you just go off, training to look a certain way or exercising to look a certain way, that's just a motivation that's not going to stick around forever. That's not a goal that is going to be sustainable. It needs to be, doing movement that makes you feel good. If you don't like the gym, don't go to the gym. It could be a walk, it could be yoga, it could be Pilates. There's so many cool things, and I just started doing reformer Pilates, and I absolutely love it. It's such a good change. So please don't do things you don't like, but also educate yourself, because when I used to go to the gym and I didn't know what I was doing, that was not motivating for me. Like, I like to be educated and know, okay, so this exercise trains like my back, or this exercise trains my legs, like all those types of things. So really educate yourself by either getting a PT session, or there's so many amazing like apps and things you can get for like home workouts or gym workouts, and it teaches you so much. So please just educate yourself as well, because it's so empowering, and you're not going to get that anxiety that you can feel going to a gym. Trust me when I say this, no one's looking at you. People are too busy worrying about what they're going to have for dinner, how they look in their new crop, all the things. So please just remember, people are too worried about themselves to be looking at what you're doing at the gym. And I know that's a big thing that stops people from going, is thinking that people are watching them. But I promise you now, what I did was I put my tunnel vision on, and I just knew I wanted to change my life. I wanted to stop feeling like shit, and I did not care what that looked like to anyone else. So that's so important. So yeah, recently I have done a fair few changes. And it's kind of funny because I never really looked, as I said, I was focusing on how I felt over the last few months. There's a lot of symptoms that led me here, so I'll talk to you a little bit about that. But the symptoms I had is something that I kind of learnt to live with, and I didn't really realize those symptoms. It was like, it's like in terms of my alcohol, I've been, kind of leaning on alcohol for the last 10 years, and I didn't really realize at the time that I was just so used to feeling a little bit seedy every day. And I'm not saying I got drunk every night, but I definitely had a certain, like I said in my last video, I was kind of leaning on it to deal with everyday stresses, and everyone has a certain level of alcohol dependence, whether that is, as I said, going to a party and needing a drink to feel relaxed enough to socialize, or having a wine with dinner because you had a stressful day, and it kind of starts to become part of your life. And that's all well and good, but for me, with someone with anxiety, that was really starting to affect me. And I also didn't realize how much it was affecting my body physically, but also mentally as well. So it was a long journey, and the book I recommend for you guys to read is This Naked Mind. I recommended it in my last vlog, but it is absolutely life-changing. So I started trying to really not put rules with alcohol, but try to just really lean into how I'm feeling and try to cut back. And honestly, it was life-changing. My sleep quality was better, and I didn't realize how good I could have felt, because you just get so used to, as I said, symptoms of things. So some other things, so once I started cutting back the alcohol, I was like, I want to do more. I want to keep going with this. And it's just another phase of my health and fitness journey. I can talk a bit more about a full alcohol dedicated video, but otherwise this will go for too long. So I did that, cut back on the alcohol. Now I only have a drink or two at special occasions, and it's been amazing. I never thought I'd be able to get to this point. So I started feeling really good, and I was like, I know I can feel better. So, some symptoms I was feeling was that I didn't realize were because of what I was eating, was bloating. Got bloated a lot, and I never really knew what was bloating me. My acne, I started getting a lot of acne come back, and that was probably one of the main reasons I did decide to see a naturopath. And some other ones were I was constipated all the time. I literally left hospital as a baby. I had to have an enema. I've always had constipation my whole life. It got better after I had kids somehow. Sorry to talk about poop, but anyway. Hope you're not eating, guys. If you're eating, maybe just don't eat for a little while. But yeah, I've always been constipated my whole life. And I kind of just got used to it, to be honest. So that was another thing, the bloating, and then the brain fog, which I literally just thought was a personality trait of mine. I was just it's just who I am. I just struggle to think straight. Hence why I started a planner brand, because I need to write everything down, because I can't think straight half the time. Trouble sleeping, that's something I'm still going through, but I'm getting there. Made a lot of progress, and it's just all the things. So I looked into a naturopath. So I went online. Her name's Fran Dargaville. She's amazing. I'll link her below. This isn't sponsored. She's an Aussie as well, but I listened to a podcast about alcohol use, and it was very much a non-shaming approach as well. And I really, with me to stop the alcohol using it every day, was I had to really educate myself on, you know, how it affects your health, your mental health and things like that. So again, like with exercise, I like to be educated on what exercise does for the body. The same with alcohol. And the more I knew, the more I wanted to give it up or quit or cut back. So I listened to a podcast from Fran Dargaville. So she has her own podcast, and that's what led me onto her website. And then I booked a consultation with her. And I know a lot of people go on gut protocols and it looks quite restrictive, which worried me a little bit because I've had my fair share of eating disorders in the past. After I lost all the weight, I went on to do fitness comps, and then I was severely underweight. I lost my period for a couple of years. Like, I can't tell you, my journey is just extensive, but I was really worried about that triggering something with me. You know, as soon as you say you can't have something, you want it more. But the way she approached things is so good and very wholesome. So with this whole gut protocol I'm on, basically I'm not like an expert at all, but so much of our moods, our happy hormones are linked to our gut. Our skin, everything's linked to the gut, and you'd be so shocked. Like, there's so many books, I might link them below for you guys, but a lot of our happy hormones and chemicals are actually made in the gut. So that's like, you know, like when you eat a really big meal that's processed, you just feel shit for ages. It's because of your gut. So it's crazy. It blows my mind. Anyway, so did a consultation with her, and then we did some tests because obviously with all these symptoms I was having with the constipation, the skin, we thought like there's some things that are going to be out. And with me, I like to have concrete evidence, that like proof that something's going on before I go on a protocol or change things. So I had to send my poop off. So that was interesting. So I literally pooped in a tray, and then I had to it was bleh. It's so bad, I'm sorry. And then I had to put it in a test tube and send it off. And let me tell you, the day I had to do that, I locked the bathroom because I was so scared Ryan was gonna walk in. Could you imagine walking into someone scooping poop into a test tube? That was an experience, I'll tell you. Anyway, so from that test, we found out I had a parasite, H. pylori, that was causing a lot of my issues, and I had bacterial overgrowth, just all the things. And also found out I was gluten intolerant, which I kind of knew. Like, I had a feeling. If you don't really know much about the whole gluten thing, a lot of us are actually gluten intolerant, and it causes a lot of things, from obviously bloating to brain fog, which is a massive one for me. And I was always worried about cutting out gluten because gluten's in everything, and there's like pizza and burgers and all the delicious things, and I love my savory foods. But yeah, once I cut out the gluten, honestly, I did not realize how much inflammation my body was carrying. Like, my face slimmed down. Not that that's what I was after, but like I didn't even realize. And I'll show you some photos of like, even I think it was like 20 weeks ago, I'll put a photo up of my face, and it's just so different to what it is now. Being gluten-free, it does take a bit of time, but there's so many gluten-free options out there. Like, there's some really good gluten-free bread you can get. Also, going gluten-free just kind of naturally makes you eat better. So you always, when I'm at a restaurant, like it's actually Mother's Day today and we're going out for lunch soon, I automatically will just look for like the lean proteins with veggies or lean proteins and salads. But we've been to heaps of restaurants and you can get gluten-free pizza bases, and they're just delicious. There's so many things. So gluten, that was a huge game changer for me. So with a gut protocol, typically it can go for about 3 months. There's quite a lot of supplements that you have to take. With H. pylori, you can actually go to the doctor and get an antibiotic, but then obviously antibiotics do get rid of good bacteria in your gut, and I already have a bacterial overgrowth, so we're trying to go for like a natural way. But yeah, usually if you do the protocol, a lot of people can eat gluten again. Like, you can slowly introduce it and then your body can tolerate it. It just depends on the person. But gluten also is heavily, and like dairy is linked to acne as well. So as soon as I cut out gluten, I already don't have dairy, but my acne cleared up heaps. Like, I still get a few spots, but so much better. So besides that, basically going gluten-free, dairy-free. Don't know if I'll be gluten-free forever, but I feel so much better. Like, I have more energy. I don't feel like lethargic, the brain fog's gone, and I just feel like not puffy, and I didn't realize I was even puffy in the first place. What else did we do? I'm naturally eating better. A lot of supplements, which I made, like I have these little cute little containers you guys see me use, which I labeled, of course, because I can't think straight. And yeah, she's amazing, absolutely amazing. And it's not about like, again, it needs to not be seen as like being restricted. It's just choosing better options for your body. And the better you feel, the more you want to stick to it, because you just feel so much better. And then with that, I did lose, during the C word, during like isolation, I put on, I think like 7 kilos, which is fine. It's just your relationship to gravity. Like, the scale doesn't mean anything, but following this protocol, I got rid of that weight, and I didn't even really didn't try. It was just like, it kind of just happened, which is crazy. So yeah, and I'm feeling so so much better. And also with the protocol as well, I've worked really into trying to like better my sleep. So because I'm not having much processed foods before bed, it's a lot easier to fall asleep, and you'll find that too. So I try to eat dinner. I usually eat dinner about 5 p.m, but it gives your body enough time to digest the food so you can fall asleep. And for the first time in like 10 years, I'm off sleeping tablets. So your girl, I took sleeping tablets for a very long time. And I used to always just wake up feeling like really fatigued and lethargic. And also because I have sleep apnea, it really made it difficult because I've got like insomnia and then sleep apnea. So if you're not sure what sleep apnea is, it basically is I stop breathing during my sleep. Good times. Scares Ryan. I used to be on a CPAP machine, but they're really loud. And because I have insomnia, I already struggle to go to sleep as it is. But I found like the healthier that I am, the less I feel the sleep apnea as well, because you do wake up quite tired. So yeah, being able to come off the sleep medicine as well has just been great. So those are the main changes I've made, and it really is just the best thing I've ever done. So a typical day of food, I guess for me, is I wake up, I have my bone broth. So bone broth is really good for digestion, and it just kind of preps the tummy for the day ahead. It's really good for your immune system as well. I'll give you guys a link to the one I use below. Again, not sponsored, I buy it myself. So wake up, I have my bone broth, and it is super important doing these things is you need to look into what your your environment and your fitness routine is as well, because with me I was doing a lot of HIIT and intense workouts, but for someone that already has a lot of cortisol and stress from my anxiety and just the surrounding factors being a mum, if you're already going through stress and then putting your body under more stress, that's going to really mess up your hormones and your sleep and just all the things. So I've actually, a lot of people thought I was doing more intense workouts, but I'm actually not. I'm still doing weights and I'm feeling stronger than ever, but all I do now is walk. I don't even run anymore, because for me, like I do enjoy running, but I always found like it was just too much stress on my body. I always would get really run down quite fast. So really look at your exercise routine, because as you do get older too, it's not that you're not getting as fit, it's just because you do have more lifestyle factors that are making you have stress. You know, when you're younger and you're doing all the HIIT classes and the cardio and stuff, you don't usually have a really stressful job. You don't have the children, you don't have all the extra stresses that you've got. So, you know, by doing the HIIT and the cardio, it's going to put your body under more stress that it doesn't need. So I literally don't really do much cardio anymore. I'll do 5 weight sessions a week because I love them, and they're like slow weight sessions, like, you know, it gets my heart rate up, but I do take rests in between, and then I pretty much just walk a lot, and I love that. And I got into yoga, and it's really learning that rest is productive for your body. Like, it's so important, and I feel like I'm looking the fittest I ever have, yet I'm doing the least amount of cardio I've ever done. So yeah, I think there's a lot of brainwashing going on from social media. You see all these girls doing these crazy HIIT workouts and cardio sessions, but in reality, you really just need to let your body rest and get out of that fight or flight response state, and just really kind of like calm your nervous system, so then you can get better and get stronger as well. So there's so many like things that play into this, but yeah, that's pretty much what I've changed. And yeah, I feel so much better. I probably haven't explained it 100% because again, I'm not a professional. This is what I've done. I'm not saying everyone needs to go gluten-free or dairy-free, but it just depends on your body. Like, really take notice of what you're eating and how you feel for the rest of the day. And also caffeine and stuff. So I've really cut back with my caffeine. Obviously I've got anxiety, so it kind of doesn't work together. I will have a couple of cups of coffee a week, but I've cut right back, and I always make sure I have had a proper meal before I have coffee, because otherwise it just, you know. But yeah, I hope this video helped, guys. Please let me know if you have any questions below. Hopefully I didn't go on too many tangents and this video made sense. But yeah, I feel so much better. I'm also going to be getting some hormone tests and my thyroid tested. Fran also got me to get a food sensitivity test as well, which is more like your immune response to food. And the only food that I need to avoid is horseradish, which is random as hell. She said she's never seen a test result like that before. I was like, okay. But yes, if you guys have any questions, please let me know below. And I hope this video helped. Please don't be scared to like take time and just really look into your health for you. It is so important. And especially with my dad's diagnosis, I feel like this is more important than ever. So please, if you are going through something, please see professional help, and don't feel bad for taking time out for yourself, because as we always say, like they say on airplanes, you need to fit your own oxygen mask before you can help others, and that is so true with life as well and your health. So yeah, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll link the videos that I mentioned and the products that I take below, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.